Hi, I'm Katie Vasquez. In the middle of one of the most diverse neighborhoods in the Diocese of Immigrants is St. Joseph's Church. The Astoria Queens Parish prides itself in being welcoming to all, and one parishioner volunteers her time to make sure it looks inviting. Christine Persichetti has more in tonight's Pulse of the Parish.
The sign outside St. Joseph's Church in Astoria says all are welcome in this place. Inside, churchgoers are greeted by a huge painting of Christ above the altar.
It is really the Christ in judgment, but also the Christ of mercy, because he has a book in his hand, and on the book is written, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavily burdened."
And the pastor, Father Vincent Chiricella, tells us it was laborers who built this church, the original wood-framed structure, German immigrants in 1876.
How did it get the name St. Joseph's?
The name of the church, St. Joseph, was given by the bishop because of the men that worked in the Steinway music factory. And a lot of them were carpenters and laborers, and they worked on this church. So he came up with Joseph the Carpenter.
Parishioners are still working on the church, the current one, built in 1906. The Germans moved on. Now Hispanics, some Italians, and others fill the pews.
The people that worship here make it special. Very loving, very caring, very giving.
People like Marlene Casellas,
all you really have to do is really one very simple.
the resident wreath maker. Marlene makes every wreath by hand to decorate the church for Christmas.
So we have 12, 10, 22, 16, that's 38, 40, 46, about 52.
52 wreaths, hours spent creating, cutting, gluing, and puffing.
I just tell them, you gotta puff the bows, puff the bows.
She says she's not an artist. She gets her creativity from God.
I've had some interesting things happen in my life, and some of them have been difficult. And I truly believe that if it was not for my faith, I would have gone off the deep end.
This is her way of saying thank you.
He's been very kind to me, so I can't complain.
And when Christmas is over, her work and that of her volunteers isn't.
All of a sudden it was like, okay, well now it's Easter. We have to do something for Easter. Then you take down Easter. Well, now it's summertime. Now it's the autumn. You have to make decorations. I said, and it just happened.
Whatever the season, Father Vincent says Marlene is ready to be put to work.
She's always there. She's always there to lend a helping hand.
And Marlene says she wouldn't change a thing.
And put this on the top. It's nice, you know, it's nice that the church looks pretty.
And now you know Marlene Casellas from St. Joseph's and how she makes up the pulse of the parish.
That was Christine Persichetti reporting. Decorating the church isn't the only thing Marlene does for St. Joseph's Parish. The former lector and religious ed teacher also runs the food pantry. Know someone who is the pulse of their parish? Email us their story at newstips@desalesmedia.org. You can also call our 24-hour number, 718-517-3122. The tablet newspaper is on a mission to make Christmas brighter for kids across the Diocese of Brooklyn. So far, the annual campaign has raised more than $67,000. So they are well on their way to their goal of $125,000. And you can help them reach that finish line. Just go online to thetablet.org/brightchristmas. You can also make a check out to Bright Christmas and mail it to LB number 2118, P.O. Box 95,000 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The zip code 19195. The tablet is also celebrating Christmas in this week's paper. They're giving you holiday stories to warm your heart, including one about a unique nativity scene in Queens Village that features around 200 little figurines. And in the latest edition of the tablet series highlighting the home parishes of priests from other countries, a Kenyan priest recounts his family's tradition of going to Christmas Mass. To read all these tablet Christmas stories, be sure to grab the paper at your parish this weekend. You can also get the paper sent directly to you by subscribing online at thetablet.org. You'll see a special Christmas message if you're near Times Square. The Catholic League has posted this digital billboard there promoting religious diversity and encouraging Catholics and Christians to celebrate Christmas. The president of the Catholic League, Bill Donahue, says this billboard is reminding people of the real reason for the season.
I think that a lot of people today are probably being overwhelmed with secular symbols. The idea of having a religious statement in Times Square, the commercial capital of the country, I think is something that will resonate with a lot of people. We've gotten a lot of emails from people and phone calls from people, and it's very endearing to us.
The billboard will flash 4 to 6 times an hour for 30 seconds until Christmas Eve. The Catholic League also put up a life-size nativity in Central Park. Some sad Christmas news at a Queens parish. Their custom handmade nativity has been destroyed. The scene of the crime, St Helen's Church in Howard Beach, where the Neapolitan creche was found with some creatures stirring among the manger statues. Currents News' Jessica Easthope has the story.
For Carmine Maniscalco and Peter Pelzar,
these were the pieces that
this Christmas nativity was their devotion realized. It took them months to create, with plaster, newspaper, wire, plants, and electric. Now, none of it can be salvaged after raccoons got to it.
I went into the garage and I smelled urine, and we started uncovering the pieces.
Everything chewed up and destroyed, soiled by raccoons, and it's unreplaceable.
The structure is kept in storage at St. Helen's in Howard Beach.
There were holes in the ceiling.
For a family of raccoons, it was the perfect shelter, but the roof Peter and Carmine built was meant to shelter someone else. Peter, an emergency medicine doctor, and Carmine, a hairstylist, harnessed their creativity to make the creche 6 years ago. Parochial vicar Father Michael Panicali said there is a blessing in disguise. The incident allows parishioners to focus on the reason for the season.
Jesus is born no matter where it is.
If we could just shine the light of Jesus in this broken world, that's the most important thing.
Peter and Carmine are planning to start building a new creche in June and be ready for next Christmas. In Howard Beach, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
That is this Currents News update. I'm Katie Vasquez. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.